aspirants, I'm Indamati Karthikeyan from Inkar IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the 2nd January current affairs. The topic taken from the daily edition. The topic is parliamentary proceedings. Some sorry state of India's parliamentary proceedings. Today editorial. This topic mainly comes under our main topic GS2 Parliament and State Legislature, Structure, Functioning, Conduct of Business. So first of all, why it is in the news? The sorry state of India's parliamentary proceedings. India parliamentary proceedings from the backbone of the legislative and also the democratic framework. Actually, we have the parliament, we have the bicameral legislature, we have Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha means it's a house of the people, and Rajya Sabha means it's a council of state. There is a structure of our Lok Sabha. First of all, we must know the structure and proceedings. What are the backdrop on the this current issue? First of all, the structure and role of the Indian Parliament. Indian Parliament having a bicameral legislature. First of all, it's having a Lok Sabha, which is composed by the member directly elected by the people of India. And also there is a primary responsibility mainly for the lawmaking, and also there's a representation of the citizens' interest. The Prime Minister and most of the Council of Ministers are from this house only. Secondly, the Rajya Sabha, the member of elected by the state and territorial legislature or nominated by the president of for the expertise in the social science, art, culture, social science, and sports. There is a roles for this main Rajya Sabha is a act as a revising chamber with providing the checks and balance of the legislation passed by the Lok Sabha, and have the key parliamentary function. That is, first of all, it is a legislative function. Legislative function is nothing but to drafting the bill, debating, passing the laws. Both houses must agree on a bill for it become a law, and finally it becomes president accent. Then only it become a act. Then deliberative a process, that is a discussing, debating the national and international issues. They can be deliberately discussed over there. That is a main major function of the parliament. And third function is a financial, passing the union budget, and also there is a scrutinization of the government expenditure is the major function of the parliament. The executive oversight, the question hour, zero hour, and also there is a debates allow the MPs to hold the government to accountable, to oversight the government through these kind of instrument like a question hour, zero hour, and also there is a debate. There's a different types of parliamentary sessions we have. That is a 3 session. Majorly the budgetary session for mainly it's happened on February and May, February to May, that focus on the financial legislation including the union budget, it making the 1 year full budget. So next session is a monsoon session which starts from the July to September. This session mainly address the pending legislation and also the current issues. Finally the winter session. The winter session is going to happen on November to December. This handles the legislative matters which discuss the critical issues of the government procedures. So these are the major 3 sessions. Apart from this, there is a secret session, joint sittings. They can happen at time to time, and also there is a notable features is the questionnaire. Mainly the questionnaire. MP asks the question to minister about their work and policies. It is mainly asked through start question, unstart question, or maybe it's a short notice. So it may done by the 3 ways. This is a questionnaire, and also we have the zero hour, which allow the MP to urgent issue without any prior notice. They can do it by 0 hour. This 0 hour is an Indian innovation. And also we have the committee, the specialized committee, that is an example of public accounts committee, standing committee, which are mainly analyze the policies and expenditures in detail of the parliament. So these are the major function we've done in the parliament. First of all, the legislative function, which is mainly for the introduction of the bill. First of all, they can introduce the bill. it can happen either house of the bill, either house. Maybe the money bills only introduced in the Lok Sabha, but the other kind of bills can introduce both the house. Maybe it may introduce in the Lok Sabha, maybe it may introduce in the Rajya Sabha. And the debate, the member discuss the bill provisions, that is a merits and demerits of the bills, and also they can maybe it may come to law, or it may lapse, whichever. It can be debated in the legislative process, and also finally they can vote for the bill. So the bill is put to vote. The member of the parliaments, everybody can vote for the bill, and also the majority can wins the bill. And also there is a president assent. The final and last and foremost is the president must approve the bill to make it a law. This is the legislative process in our parliament. The competitive disruption of the parliament by both the opposition and also, most surprisingly, the treasury benches made recently concluded the winter session with a travesty, that is a legislation. They were more adjournment and discussion. Hardly any work was done on the session was adjourned with a widespread sentiment, and when we had left down the people of India, a new that is a demonstration by member of parliament on the step of the house led to the accusation of assault or injury of the both sides. For many of us were brought up the regard parliament as a temple of our democracy. Its preachers as hallowed, it is the procedures and also the convention as sacred. So it seems a betrayal of the everything in the institution that's supposed to represent the counter sum of the democracy. So what are the state of parliamentary proceeding in India has been a matter of concern in some time. It is a concern that rooted in several critical issues affecting the functioning of the institution. So first of all, the main challenge and criticism was decline in the parliamentary debates. That is a main thing. That parliamentary session have seen a sharp decline in meaningful debates and discussion on key issues. Instead, there has been increased the disruption, walkouts, and also there is a adjournments happening. There is a member often focus on the partisan interests rather than the substantive deliberations, though which is hamper the quality of the legislation. And also there is a frequent disruption is happening in the parliament. That is a parliamentary sessions are frequently disruptive, leading to wastage of the valuable time and resources of the parliament. And also there is a political parties often use the disruption or tactics to draw attention of their agenda, undermining the legislative processes. The third one is the reduced legislative productivity is also reduced. The number of bills passed without detailed scrutiny has increased. The key bills has rushed through the minimal debate time, because the time all the time can go done by the adjournment or wasting the time. It's created that the minimal discussion, minimal debate of the bill, sometimes through voice votes, that's compromising the quality of the legislation. The parliamentary committee, which are crucial for detailed examination of the bill, or underutilized by or bypassed. And also there is a erosion in the accountability. Surely it will erode that a questionnaire and zero, or which are essential tool for holding the executive accountable, and also it increase the shorten or disturbed. The minister often faces fewer questions, reducing the effectiveness of the parliamentary oversight. And also there is a decline in the ethical standard is a major criteria. Instances of unethical behavior, including personal attacks, that is unruly conduct and use of the unparliamentary languages, have become the more common in our parliament. Actually, the few decades before that, there is a pepper attack. That is also is a major hindrance for the debate. And also there is a allegation of the corruptions, misuse of power, and also there is a lack of transparency in decision making process, erode the public trust and also the institution. There is inadequate representation. There is a women. There is a marginalized community, and also there is a regional voices remain underrepresented in the parliament. So electoral practices often prioritize the loyalty to party leadership over merit, diluting the quality of the representation. Finally, there is a partisan polarization. that depending political divide has made consensus building increasingly here, and also there's a constructive dialogue is often replaced by the confrontation, affecting the ability of the parliament to address the national issues effectively. So we have some possible remedies. We must take these kind of remedies. We definitely overcome these kind of issues to restore the sanctity of the effectiveness of the Indian parliamentary system. We need to strengthen our parliamentary procedure, that is implement stricter rules and also disruption and to ensure accountability for the wasting time, and also there is a promote use of parliamentary committees through examination over the bill, and also we need to encourage the meaningful debates in the parliament to allocate adequate time for the discussion on national and regional issues, and also we need to encourage the cross party collaboration to resolve the contentious issues, improving the representation, to introduce the reform to ensure greater diversity, inclusivity in the parliament, and also we need to provide the mandatory training to resource of the MPs and enhance the legislative competence, and also we need to enhancing the accountability to reinforce the regular attendance and participation of the MPs to sessions, and also we need to strengthen the mechanism to monitor the performance and conduct of the legislation, and also we need to promote the ethical conduct between the member of parliament to establish the enforce of the code of the MPs, ensure decorum and professionalism, impose strict penalties for the unethical behavior and also the misconduct. Will definitely change the scenario. So finally, we must, by addressing these issues, the political will and institutional reform, India can regenerate the parliamentary system to reflect the democratic ideals and also better serve of the Indian citizenship. These are the way forward for our Indian parliamentary scenario. Thank you so much.